Hey guys, it's Bonnie. Today I'm here to do a review for the book Dreamland Burning by Jennifer Latham. I received a free ARC of this book from the Novel's monthly giveaway newsletter thing, so thank you to the Novel for that. This is going to be a completely non-spoiler review, so you don't have to have read the book to watch this. Yay. This book follows two main characters. One is named Rowan and she lives in present-day Tulsa, and one day in the middle of the summer she finds a dead body in her backyard, and that's where her story starts. And the other main character is William, and he lives in Tulsa as well, but in the 1920s. I believe 1921 is the exact year. And his storyline takes place during the Tulsa race riots. Each chapter flips back and forth between the two main characters' perspectives, and we kind of get an intertwining of their stories as well as a mystery of who the dead body is. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really interesting. I'm surprised that more people aren't talking about it because it comes out in a week, I believe, like on February 21st, so depending on when this is uploaded. One thing I really loved about this book was how diverse it is. Obviously, I can't exactly speak on diversity of race or sexuality because I'm white and straight, but both main characters are actually biracial. Rowan has a black mom and a white dad, and William, even though he's definitely white passing and he has a lot of white privilege, especially for the era that he lives in, he is also biracial. His dad is white and his mom is Native American. In addition to that, there are a lot of POCs throughout the book. Rowan's best friend is also a POC and also asexual, so there's just a lot of different diversity repped here. I can't personally comment on whether it is great representation. I personally didn't find anything problematic, but if you are someone that is represented throughout this book and you read it and you find a problem with it, please let me know because I would love to, inform myself so that I can see the problems for the next time I read a book with characters like these presented. I would say there are some trigger warnings for race-related issues. It talks on racism both in the present and in the past, but obviously in the past it's a lot more of a topic. It's more brought up because racism was so present back then. So there are slurs said a couple times, like the N-word, and I believe William is called half-breed. I don't know if that's a slur. I'm assuming it is. It sounds like one. Some people may have a problem with that because I know the author is white, but from what I could see, it was just representing the racists during that time, and it wasn't very overused. But again, that could be, something that you don't want to read about. It could be very upsetting. There are KKK members, mentioned in this book. We don't read from their perspective, but we do get characters like that because it's dealing with the race riot. That's another thing I really liked in this book, though, is that it brought up a time in history that I personally don't know a lot about. I don't remember focusing on it much in school, and so it was good to have that perspective and to read about a time different from our own, especially one that is so underreported and was hurtful to so many people. I also really enjoyed that racism is touched on in today's society a lot too. This book points out the fact that there is still racism present whether people want to believe that or not, and I think that's really important for a book to do, especially now in the world that we're living in the country that we're living in, with Donald Trump as president. Like, this is a very timely book, and so I think the fact that it's coming out right now is just really good. It makes it really important. Other than that, I really loved the characters in the book. I loved Rowan. She's very headstrong and determined, and I just really loved her reading from her character. William, you sort of grow to love. At first, you really hate him because he's a product of the racist society that was present in the 1920s, and he does some shitty things, and he's a shitty person at the beginning of this novel, but he does kind of grow, and while that doesn't excuse his actions in the beginning of the book, it is nice to see his overall character arc. This was also super fast-paced. If I wasn't doing school right now, I probably would have read this in 1 or 2 sittings. It just goes by so fast. The writing is so easy to just fly through, and I really enjoyed it. The one negative that I have for this is that I did kind of predict the mystery of it, which is kind of the main plot point. That's the plot that just kind of keeps the story moving along while we talk about, issues of racism and whatever throughout this book as we talk about the plot. You get it. But I was able to predict it, not super early on, but early on enough to where I got to the end and I wasn't blown away. And so that probably knocked it down a star. Still really enjoyed the story as a whole, and I enjoyed how it ended and how it wrapped up, and yeah, I really enjoyed this book, as you can see. So like I said, this book comes out on February 21st, so look out for it then. Suggest checking it out if you're interested, because I think it's a really important book that a lot of people should read. And like I said, if you find anything problematic in it that I did not pick up on, please let me know. I can't really edit this review, obviously, but I'll put some annotations or put something in the downbar and in my Goodreads review, so yeah, let me know. Anyway, that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out my social media and down in the down bar if you want. I literally never mention my social media, but I do have it. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, all that fun stuff if you want to follow me, not on YouTube or elsewhere. No one does, but you know, if you want to. Anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.